What's good? What's good? What's good, my people? What's good? Yeah, I apologize. I'm on the move. I gotta do it on my phone. My computer's acting up. So I gotta do this live stream on my phone. So I appreciate everybody that's coming in. As you come in, make sure you hit the like button. Appreciate everybody that's coming through. Yeah, it's fight week. It's fight week. Got a great weekend of boxing this weekend. Yeah, Mr. Gary Russell and Mateo. They fighting tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, Showtime, Atlantic City, the Borgata Hotel and Casino. Man, it's been a long time since Gary Russell got in the ring. Everybody's anticipating him back in action. I know he's gonna put on a great show for everybody. Um, I know Mateo's gonna come in there ready and trying to take the title from Gary Russell, the, the longest reigning champion, WBC, 120, 126 pound featherweight division. So it's gonna be a great week, a great weekend of boxing. We got another great fight coming up this weekend. But before I get into that, because that's the main topic. But before I get into that, I see in the news. Hey, what's going on? Matter of fact, let me go through people that's in here. Salute D Man Jr. Salute Drew Titan. If y'all not subscribed to the Drew, make sure y'all subscribe to the Drew. Salute Daryl. Salute Writing Yoga. Appreciate y'all coming through. I'm glad to see y'all came through. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm not sure if y'all heard, but they're talking about that Conor Ben might be facing off against Mo Hooker. They're trying to make that fight. Now that's going to be an interesting fight. Um, we know Carter Ben just came off a knockout in the, I believe it was the fourth round against Chris Algieri, and I mean he put on a great show for everybody. Chris Algieri, it was a step up fight for Carter Ben. Um, I mean I had Carter Ben winning that fight. I didn't see Chris Algieri putting up too much of a risk for Carter Ben. Um, Chris Algieri, he's older. Um, I don't remember the last time he fought, but I think he had a little. I think he had a layoff. I think it was like a year or maybe 2 year layoff the last time that Chris Algieri fight. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember right now. But Carter Ben did what he was supposed to do. He came in there and he got him out there early. I believe he stopped him in the fourth round. It was either fourth or the fifth round. He stopped him early. Um, and we all know that Mo Hooker, the last time we seen him in action was against Virgil Ortiz, and he got stopped against Virgil Ortiz. And that was I believe that was last year, early last year. And that was when Virgil Ortiz had called out Turnbull Crawford, said he was ready for Turnbull Crawford. Um, that fight didn't come to fruition. So I believe Virgil Ortiz has a mandatory, I mean, it has a mandatory eliminator fight that's coming up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But so I'm interested in seeing if they're going to make this fight with Carter Ben and Mo Hooker. It's going to be a good fight. If they do make that fight, Mo Hooker, he um he got decent skills. He's not a world class uh, he's not a world class fighter, but he has decent skills. He has a nice jab. He has a long arm reach. Um, but Carter Ben has power. He's coming in and he's going to come in there and try to stop Mo Hooker. So I will be very intrigued to see that fight. I believe it's going to be a good fight if they make that fight. And other news, they were talking about it was put out there that Jamal Charlo has signed a contract, and they made it seem like he signed a contract with Canelo Alvarez. But I don't think he signed a fight with Canelo Alvarez because there was no announcement made. It was just put out there. I believe it was either on Instagram or Twitter. I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but it was put out there that Jamal Charlo had signed a contract. But to what fight, we don't know. Or if that was even a recent signature on a contract. That could have been something that was old and he just put it out there. So I don't think that they're going to make that fight. They've been talking about that fight for a long time, and nothing came to that fight. So I don't think Canelo is going to take that fight. Now, I would like to see him take that fight. I just don't think that he's going to take it. I don't see Canelo taking it. Jamal Charlo's been chasing Canelo for about 4 or 5 years now. He's been trying to get that fight with Canelo, and right now, to be honest with you, Canelo is at 168. He's the undisputed champion at 168. Jamal Charlo, really, he doesn't have anything to offer Canelo. So Canelo right now, he's saying he could pick and choose what fights he wants. Um, right now, like I said, Jamal Charlo don't have anything to offer Canelo except for name recognition. To be honest with you, because if Jamal Charlo moves up, he's vacating his WBC belt at 160. So he'll be moving up to challenge Canelo for his undisputed titles. Jamal wouldn't be having anything that Canelo would be getting in return except for name recognition. So I mean, it will be a great fight for the fans, and all the fans would definitely want to see that fight. But I don't think it's going to happen. Like I said, um, I didn't hear any word about the fight has been made. Like I said, we just saw a signature that Jamal has signed a contract, but we didn't hear anything from Canelo camp. So I'm not sure if it's legit or not. I mean, if it's legit, we should hear something very soon. Because like I said, everybody's been calling for that fight. They've been calling for that fight, and they've been calling for the David Benavidez fight. So, but we should be hearing something soon if it's legit. Um, but I don't know exactly what's going to come about with that. I hope it does happen. Because like I said, everybody wants to see the fight. Canelo, he got undisputed, and then he was Poser had moved up to cruiserweight to fight for the WBC belt at cruiserweight. What's going on, Drew? What's going on with you, man? Appreciate you coming through. So he was supposed to have moved up to cruiserweight and fight the WBC champion at cruiserweight. I'm not sure exactly what happened with that. I think they had put him in a mandatory fight, and so Canelo couldn't get that fight. I'm not sure exactly what happened with that fight, but so right now Canelo doesn't have a fight. So that fight with Jamal will be a great fight if they can make it happen. But like I said, Canelo's been dodging Jamal all this time. He had an opportunity to fight him at 154. He didn't do it. He had an opportunity to fight him at 160 and he didn't do it. What's going on, Condo? Appreciate you coming through, man. But yeah, so he had opportunity. He had opportunity to fight Jamal Charlo, and both of the at 154 he was the mandatory. I mean, I'm sorry, at 160 he was the mandatory. He was the mandatory at 160, and he decided to get the franchise belt and drop the WBC belt. So if he didn't fight Charlo then, like I said, that was his mandatory. I don't see him fighting Charlo now, unless, like I said, unless he want the name recognition, because that's pretty much all he will be getting to fight Charlo at this point, because Charlo will be giving up his WBC belt to move up to the 168, which he already said he's moving up to 168. So um, a lot of people are speculating he might have signed a contract to fight Caleb Plant, which will be another great fight. I would love to see that fight as well. Um, but what I really would want to see, if he's not getting the Canelo Alvarez fight, I want to see Charlo fight David Benavidez. He had all this talking when he was at 160 that he was going to beat he had beat David Benavidez. David Benavidez is too young for him and all that. So and then David Benavidez came back and said, "Hey, let's make the fight or whatever." But then Jamal Charlo said, "Oh, I'm 160 pounder. I'm not at 168." So he pretty much ducked David Benavidez. Um, in so many words, I mean, you could say he ducked because he said something about David Benavidez. David Benavidez didn't say anything about him. So if you say something about the man and then the man uh, answer your call and then you decide not to fight him and say you're not at 168, then what was the point of you even bringing him up? Or I mean, you could have just left it alone. So I would love to see that fight happen if he's not getting the Canelo fight. But if it is Caleb Plant, that's a great fight as well. So I wouldn't mind seeing that neither. So I mean, we're gonna see what comes in the near future. Hopefully, they do make some big announcement, whether it's Canelo Alvarez or Caleb Plant or David Benavidez. I don't think it's going to be David Benavidez, but I mean, you never know. It could be something in the works. But now on to fight week. So I just saw the weigh-in. Um, Mateo and Gary Russell Jr. Mateo weighed in at 125 and a half pounds, and Gary Russell Jr. had came in at 126 and a half. So he was a little overweight. So they gave him an hour to go and try to lose the half a pound. He came back and he did hit the scale, and he came in at 126 exactly. So we do have a fight on tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. So that fight is on, and it will be for the WBC championship. Like I said, Gary Russell is the longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing at this time right now. He had his belt, I believe March will be 6 years he had his belt. He's only getting one fight here, and he needs to fight more. Now, what I do know is when they had the press conference on, I believe it was yesterday, when he had the press conference, he called out Leo Santa Cruz again. He said he appreciate Mateo stepping up and standing up for his fans and his country. He said he wished that Leo Santa Cruz would do the same thing. D Man Jr., you was timed out. You shouldn't have been timed out. Uh, I'm gonna make sure. I believe you have a wrench. If you don't, I'm gonna get you one. I'm gonna get you one when I get back in. I'm on my phone. I can't do it from my phone, but I'll get you one if you don't have a wrench. I'll make sure you have one. But yeah. So yeah he said that Leo Santa Cruz is not trying to fight him. So he basically saying he want the Leo Santa Cruz fight next. Um, he did say he want the Leo Santa Cruz fight next, and then he said he also said that he might end up moving up and fight for a champion in another weight class. So there was talk. I believe Batman said earlier this week. It was either earlier this week or earlier last week that there was talk of um, Gary Russell fighting Chris Colbert if he happens to get the WBA championship in his upcoming fight. And I know they had talked about Chris Colbert before. What's going on, Mark Nash? What's going on, AB? Appreciate y'all coming through. Um, but yeah, it was talk of him fighting Chris Colbert if he get the WBA championship. So that would be a great fight. Chris Colbert He's a good fighter. He got decent skills. He's quick. He got nice little footwork. He got a little punch power to him, or whatever. And, I mean, I would love to see him in a match with somebody like a Gary Russell talent to see what he can really offer. He's Mark Nash say the inactivity make me nervous. I Any other fighter, I would say yeah, but knowing Gary Russell, like I said, knowing my little cuz, I know he stay in shape. He's always in shape. Um, the only thing is, like I said, he um he came in a half a pound overweight, but he lost that in an hour. So he hit the scale and he made the 126 pounds. But he said he wants to move up and fight for a title in another weight class. The only thing I could say, like I said, is I mean it wasn't due to his fault that he didn't fight last year because he was supposed to fight and he had a mandatory that was pulled from him and was put on the Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant card. I believe his name was Riaz. I can't remember his first name. I believe his last name was Riaz, and he was supposed to fight Gary Russell in a mandatory fight, but that fight was pulled away, and they put him on the Canelo Alvarez card. So it wasn't no fault of his own. The reason why he's been inactive. So he said, dude fought 3 times since Gary last fought. Yeah, he fought 3 times, but you got to look at the talent that he fought. So if you're not fighting a high talent of fighters, you can do that. It's like when you first get into boxing. When you first get in, you fighting 4, 5, 6 times a year because you fighting low level talent. So if you fighting low level talent and you're not taking any punishment on your body, you can do that. The same thing with Canelo Alvarez. He fought 4 times in 11 months. But the talent that he really fought wasn't really great talent. He didn't. I mean, the hardest fight he had was Caleb Plant. So he fought Yildirim. Um, what was the other guy? He fought Yildirim. Caleb Smith. No, not Caleb Smith. Yildirim and Billy Joe Saunders and somebody else. I can't remember who the other guy he was fought, but they wasn't no world beaters. Billy Joe Saunders, he's okay, but he ain't nobody spectacular. And Yildirim ain't fought in 2 years before he fought Canelo Alvarez. So I mean, if you fighting low level fighters, you can you can be in the you can fight 3, 4 times a year if you're not fighting top level fighters. Your body ain't taking no punishment, especially if you getting them out of there in 2, 3 rounds because they not on your level. You getting them out of there in 2 or 3 rounds. You can fight 4 times a year. You can fight 5 times a year. So I mean, it all depends on the talent that you're fighting. So it really doesn't matter that he was in there with 3 fighters. You got to look at how many rounds he went and what what level of competition he was in there with, because you go in there if shoot if any one of the top fighters, Tank Davis, Gary Russell Jr., Devin Haney, if they in there with low level fighters and they getting them out of there in a couple of rounds, it really doesn't matter. You can fight 3 times a year. You're not really testing yourself because you first of all you ain't going no rounds. Second of all, the talent ain't high enough for you to test yourself. So it really doesn't matter how many times he fought. I mean, yeah, he was active, but how active was he? Because the talent wasn't that good. Um, but yeah, so I mean, like I said, it wasn't no fault of his own that he was inactive. That was all of PBC um or the other basically it was PBC because I believe the fighter is under PBC as well. I believe the fighter that he was supposed to fight is under PBC. So that was PBC doing. They pulled the fight and he didn't fight him. They put him on an undercard. So I mean, but I don't doubt Gary Russell. I heard him talking or whatever, and I don't want him going in there overconfident. I want him going in there confident, but I don't want him going in there overconfident, thinking that the guy is an easy walkthrough. He's not an easy walkthrough. The guy, he's a decent fighter. I seen him fight. He's a decent fighter. He's not gonna be no easy walkthrough for Gary Russell because the guy got a little bit of power and his hands is pretty quick. They're not as quick as Gary, but they pretty quick. And like I said, he got decent power. So I don't want Gary to look past him thinking it's going to be an easy walk through the park. But I got confident in Gary going to win the fight. I got him winning by unanimous decision. I don't see him knocking him out now. He knock him out, I'd be happy as hell. I'd be happy as hell because I haven't seen Gary knock nobody out in a minute. I think his last knockout might have been like 3 years, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Because I don't think he knocked King Tuck out. I think that went to a decision. I think King Tuck went to a decision. So it might have been the fight before that or the fight before that one. It was his last knockout. So I mean, if he get a knockout, I'd be happy. But I'm not saying he getting a knockout. I hear a lot of people saying Gary's gonna knock him out or whatever. The guy hasn't been in there with nobody with Gary talent. I mean, which is true. He hasn't been in there with nobody like Gary talent. But I don't think Gary gonna knock him out. I think he's gonna get a unanimous decision. I think he gonna beat him. I think he's gonna beat him roughly about 8 rounds to 4. I say probably gonna be like 8 rounds to 4. Um, but I mean, so like I said, and then we have the rematch. Not Mateo. I forgot how to pronounce his name. The rematch, which is the co-main event. Um, what is his name? Sayu Mataya or something like that. I can't pronounce his last name, but I believe he's gonna get a knockout. I believe he's gonna get a knockout. I was just looking at their body language at the weigh-in. Um, I think he's gonna get a knockout. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he won the last fight, and this is a rematch. I think it was a split decision or a unanimous decision that he won the fight, but I think he's gonna get a knockout with this one. But I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to see Gary back in the ring. Hopefully, he can get the Leo Santa Cruz after this fight. Um, if not, he can possibly get the Chris Colbert because I know Floyd Mayweather is not going to make the Tank Davis fight. They've been ducking Gary Russell for like 4 years now. Gary Russell been calling out Tank Davis, and they're not making that fight. So I just don't think it's going to happen. But what's going on, Quick? Appreciate you coming through. So yeah, but I'm excited to see the fight. I hope, I hope it be, I hope all the fights is actually going to be good fights. Because the undercard is only 3 fights. It's only 2 undercards and then the main event. So it's not that many fights that's going on. So I hope all of them are going to be good. But yeah. So I just want to see what's going to happen with this Jamal Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. Like I said, I hope they do make the fight. I just think that was a whole hoax. I don't even think that Jamal Charlo signed anything. I think that was just something that he just put up there on his Instagram or Twitter, whatever it was where he put it at. I think it was just something that he just put it up just to be in the news or whatever. So we also been hearing that hearing about the actual Amir Khan and the Kell Brook fight. They've been trying to make some noise. I mean, I'm not even really interested in seeing the fight. Um, both these guys are past their prime. They should have fought a long time ago, but we all know Amir Khan ducked Kell Brook, so not even really interested in the fight. I was just laughing at the little press conference that they had, or the interview that Amir Khan had. He said Kell Brook is jealous of him or whatever, which I mean, in a way, I mean I could understand why he say that, But I mean, if you look at their career when they came out, I mean they roughly came out around the same time. It's just that Amir Khan was put in situations where he can become a bigger star than Kell Brook, because Kell Brook was the man before Anthony Joshua. That was Eddie Hearn's man before he had got Anthony Joshua. So it's just that Eddie Hearn was new. I mean, I ain't gonna say new, but he was just making a name for himself in promotional companies. So he didn't really know how to move Kell Brook like that, like he's doing, well, like he did with Anthony Joshua. He was able to move Anthony Joshua around. Um, he said, "Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and try to wrench him up right now. I just got back in the house. I'm about to try to wrench him up now. But yeah, so yeah, man, it's gonna be nice weekend of boxing this weekend. Um, like I said, the fight is on Showtime. But it's gonna be very interesting seeing Gary Russell back in the ring. He, like I said, he doesn't have his father in his corner. His brother is going to train. I mean, he's going to be in his corner. Um, his father is going to be at the fight, but he's not going to be in the corner due to the fact that he had his foot amputated, so he can't get up on the ring or whatever. But he will be in his corner. I mean, be there at the fight. Like I said, Gary, he trained all his brothers anyway, so it's not like he's going to be missing too much. He's just going to be missing that voice in his ear, letting him know what he needs to do and all that. But it's not something that's going to hinder him in the fight. Like I said, I believe Gary is going to be victorious in this fight. Um, I'm about to get you right now, D Man Jr. I just got on my computer. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me get my man straight, because I thought he was wrenched up. 1 second, people. All right, got you. All right, I got you, D Man Jr. Let me get my man AB, and let me get my man Mark Nash. Uh, all right, that should be everybody. All right, that should be good. All right, you should be good now, D man. You shouldn't have any issues. I thought you was wrenched up already. Um, but yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a great weekend of boxing. Like I said, I don't really have too much. I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about this weekend. I had rushed back home. I just got finished dropping my son back off at college. He moved in today for his second semester. Today was his moving day, so he would get ready for his second semester on Monday. So I just wanted to get in here and hop on real quick and talk about the fights this weekend. Yeah, I know that everybody was talking about is Gary Russell healthy enough to AB said that Merc looked good, bro. Yeah, I made it. I just got this shirt made. I think it was like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I just I went and got it made just to see how it looked. See, I mean, if y'all like it, I would definitely get some more made. I'm looking at some mercs right now to see. I mean, looking at some different people who I'm gonna go with to make all my mercs. I'm gonna get them in different colors. My wife wanted me to get them in different colors because she want one as well. So I'm gonna definitely get some made for whoever want them, and I have them out there. If y'all want them, y'all can get them. I mean, I'm not gonna. Not gonna make them too expensive. I mean, I'm gonna go pretty much fair market. But yeah. So a lot of people was talking about is Gary Russell healthy enough for this fight? The injury that he got is not nothing major. He is not going to hinder him in this fight, not one bit. Gary Russell is good to go. He gonna go in there. You're not even going to notice that he's injured. He'll let you know what the injury is about. He hasn't told anybody what the injury is. He said he'll let people know after the fight what the injury was. Um, but you're not gonna notice that he's injured. So all right, man. Yes, yeah, yeah. I'm definitely gonna get some made. And like I said, once I get them made, I'll let you know. I drop the link for y'all to go grab them. And y'all get what y'all want to get. Yeah, but it was something I was trying out. I was like, let me just try. So basically, it just says boxing matchups at the bottom, and then it says establishing 2021. Same thing on the hat. I got it on the hat and I got it on the shirt. I'm gonna come up with some more designs as well. But this was just my logo that I use for my channel. So I wanted to get a shirt and a hat made for it. But if y'all like it, I'll get some more made, and I'll let y'all know where y'all can go ahead and start grabbing them. But yeah, that's all I really have for y'all. Like I said, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that and get my take on it, or whatever. But um, I would definitely probably um, be back on here. He said, Batman said earlier it's the same injury he had in the King Tut. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not nothing major. He had the same injury with the King Tut, and he walked right through King Tut. So it's not nothing. It's not nothing major. You don't have to. You ain't. It's nothing to be worried about. What's going on, Crush the Legend? Appreciate you coming through. What's going on, Vote UK? Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna come back on after the fight or whatever. You said salute the whole chat. Stay up, watch Gary fight at 4 a.m. is worth 100%. Yeah, I mean it's definitely gonna be worth it. Like I said, it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a great fight. Like I said, the guy that he's fighting, Magsayo, he's not a bum. He's not a bum. It's just Gary Russell is his first test. The guy is 21 and old with I believe he got 18 knockouts. It's either 18 knockouts or 19 knockouts. He's a Manny Pacquiao fighter. He's coming out of Manny Pacquiao's camp. It's one of his fights that he's bringing up under his brand now. So I believe this is his first fighter, or might be his second fighter that he's bringing out. But yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. Definitely gonna be a great fight. Like I said, I'll come back on after the fight and give my take on give my post fight interview. I mean my post fight review after the fight because I normally don't come on the weekends, but I will come on for a post fight review after the fight is over on Saturday. But like I said, it will be Saturday at 9 o'clock on Showtime. Um, if y'all, whoever, I don't know if y'all are, but if anybody is traveling to Atlantic City to see the fight, it's at the Bugatti Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. Um, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I got some stuff I gotta take care of, so I'm not going. But I will be at the Earl Spence fight. I will be there. So quickly, I'm gonna be hollering at you and Gabe. Um, I went to go look for the tickets. I haven't seen the tickets on sale yet. I went and looked the next day after they said that the fight was April 16th. I went the next day to look and see if the tickets was on sale or wasn't on sale yet. I'm gonna look today. Matter of fact, once I get off of here, I'm gonna go ahead and look. I already looked at the plane tickets. Plane tickets is not an issue. I just want to get decent seats at the fight, and then find a hotel. She said, I'll be in that thing. Yeah, I know you're gonna be there. I know G5 gonna be there. I know BFTB gonna be there. I know Blue Blood gonna be there. I believe I think Drew Titan said he was coming down if I'm not mistaken. But I know it's a few people that's going to that fight. Uh, Will Ill Will say he's gonna be down there. So yeah, I mean we gonna all be in attendance. Ricky said he's going. So we're gonna all meet up. Make it a whole weekend of it. Like I said, I probably swing out there because I work Monday through Thursday. So when I get off work on Thursday, I mean on Friday morning, I'm gonna come here, get all my stuff, take care of everything I need to take care of, and then I'm gonna fly out there that Friday before the fight, and then I'll probably leave Sunday morning. So I'll probably fly out there Friday afternoon. I'll probably get out there like around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it'd be 3, 4 o'clock my time. It'd be 2, 3 o'clock y'all time. So yeah, make it a whole weekend of it. And like I said, I'll fly back out Sunday afternoon, come back home. But yeah, I'm definitely coming out there. I done already talked to the wife. She's coming out there with me and everything. So I'm definitely coming out there. But yeah, so that's all I got for y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. Like I said, just make sure y'all like, shares the channel. And I will see y'all tomorrow night after the fight. Holla at you. It's your boy, Boxing Matchups. Appreciate y'all coming through. Peace.